Welcome to episode 383 of the official Gamestitch Podcast. I'm Ryan Walton, and as always, I'm joined by Dan Reamer.
I'm here, and I'm in need of a haircut.
Getting a little shaggy?
A little bit, yeah. Little bit.
Every state is in a different state, if you will.
Yes.
And you guys still are shut down for the most part as far as barbers and...
Yes, some of us. Just this last Friday, my area was okayed to start the phase 1 reopening. Mm-hmm. Which basically all that means is that some of the stores that were closed can now open but have to do curbside delivery, can't let people in. That's pretty much all it means. Because all the other stuff that they're saying, yeah, it's okay to go back, was pretty much already open. Manufacturing and all that, none of that ever closed down.
Now, have you thought about just getting some clippers and just buzzing it off?
Nope. Ain't happening.
You're just going to let it grow until you can get it cut?
Yep.
What if you like it? You know, maybe let it grow, gets a little shaggy. You're like, this is the new Dan.
I do kind of like it. I'm single-handedly bringing back the 90s. I look straight out of Boy Meets World.
Yeah, so let that grow and just see what happens.
Oh, I do plan on letting it grow, but there's some trimming that needs to be done.
I think that's one thing that'll come from all this. A lot of new hairstyles where people had to let it go, try new things, and now they're like, hey, I don't hate it.
I kind of like it. Yeah. This is the most hair I've had since high school.
Really?
Yeah.
It's hard to tell on camera. It doesn't look. I mean, you got a full head of hair, but you kind of always do.
Yeah, but
yeah, it pulls down. You could definitely take some off the bangs.
Oh yeah. It's also not. You normally see me with it brushed because I like wake up and come in here to do this. So, but when I brush it, I got the the early 90s curl on either side.
Yeah.
So
when you are blessed with a hairline like mine, you have to keep it cut short because if not,
right. See, that's not an issue I have, and
it looks really bad. So mine's. I also always cut my own hair, so
that's why people have always said, you should just so much, because I'll complain sometime about brushing my hair, like it's such a pain in the ass. You got to get up and take extra time in the morning to like style your hair and put product in if you need to or whatever. People are always like, well, just buzz it. Just cut it all off. Just go bald like I did. And I'm like, no, you know why? The reason you did that is because you're losing your hair. I'm not. Why would I do that? I have hair. I'm an old man. I have hair. Well, grow it. Fuck that.
I'm probably like 3 years away from taking the hair off.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're going to
keep the beard, though?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll shave the head, keep the beard.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. And I have the natural transition line because I have glasses.
Mm-hmm. So
you just cut it off right there. Yeah, cut it off right there, nice and clean.
That's right.
Like Gerald's pulled up pictures of dudes with no hair and beards.
I would wager you're probably not going to look like those dudes.
Yeah, apparently it makes you more swole.
Yeah, apparently as soon as you shave
I'll be in better shape
once
once I do that, I'll get a little more tan and I'll bulk up.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So something to look forward to.
So you got that going for you. Which is nice.
I think in life it's important to have something to look forward to.
Yeah, and that's apparently.
So, I'm not going to hold on to the hair for too long, but I am going to hold on to it for a little while longer.
That's fair. I get that.
Yeah. I'll tell you.
I'll probably hold on to mine forever.
In my family, the hair that grows on the side and the back is very, very powerful, very diligent. It just keeps coming back, but the hair that grows on top is not so much.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I could keep the wraparound if I wanted, but I don't want.
What I can tell you in my family is that my one uncle has very, very thin hair, so he, shaves his. But I mean, my dad has a ponytail. My dad has a ponytail down to the middle of his back.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what you should do.
My dad is an old hippie. Still wears the cutoff jean shorts.
Oh yeah.
Like they used to do in the 70s. Got a lot of tie-dye. So he's kind of just an old hippie. He's got the beard and all that.
Does he have a long beard?
Not super long. No, he keeps it fairly trimmed. He doesn't have one of those raging long beards.
Yeah,
he has before. I remember him used to have like the big bushy beard. But he's always kept his hair a little bit longer.
Have you thought about it? Have you thought about going ponytail?
I don't know. The ponytail is my look so much.
What about the short pony, like this guy that producer Gerald has pulled up?
No, the Steven Seagal ponytail. No.
Yeah, because from the front you're all business.
Yeah, but no. That's not happening.
Producer Gerald in the house also. So, my hair is I just cut it on Friday. So.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, it's fine.
I haven't had a haircut in 2 months.
Yeah, it's fine. So.
It's fun though, because sometimes I brush it, and
fun ways.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I'm like, look, I can do Wolverine. Look.
Yeah. Yeah, I like when people decide to, like when they have a big old beard and they decide to take the beard off, and there's like a week's worth of different looks they can hit on their way down.
Yeah,
I like that too. You kind of do that with your hair. You can play with it right now.
Yeah.
Now, Gerald, what about your hair? You still got a lot of hair. Is it holding on okay? Yeah. He gave us a thumbs up on it. His hair is holding tight.
So your barbers are open?
Oh, yeah. We're open for business down here. It's like Black Friday every day.
Oh, nice. That doesn't sound cool.
And it's not good at all. Every restaurant wrapped all the way around the building to get in. There are folks everywhere.
Huh.
It is insane. Yeah, a friend of the show, Marshall 205, went to Nashville yesterday, and he said Clarksville compared to Nashville was like nothing. Like there was no one in Nashville. Ghost town compared to Clarksville.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what is going on here.
Is Nashville...
They're open-ish. I think...
Not as open because they have...
They're further along than you, but less far. I mean, we're like open.
Right.
Like there's nothing you can't do here now.
No social distancing or anything?
I mean, I think that's still in place.
No,
every other table in a restaurant.
50% capacity or any of that?
It's every other table.
Okay.
But, I mean, everything is open.
Well, I've heard that some of these, and I don't know how true it is, but I've heard that some of these places that reopened are actually having a second hit. I don't know, like I said, how true that is.
Yeah, it gets complicated. There's also more testing now, so who knows?
Right.
Who knows? But if you're out there and you're worried about it, be safe. I always would side with not going out if you have the choice. Especially here because everybody's fucking out. So, yeah, it is crazy out there. But, yeah, be safe, everybody.
I will say what's nice is up here, even though I've told everybody before, I live in a little bit more of a rural area up here. But everybody seems to be just taking basic precautions, like wearing a mask. You don't go into a store very often and see someone not wearing a mask, or no one's getting mad because you have a mask on. I'm seeing that in some areas, and it's just like, what the hell, man? Let them wear a mask. Leave them the fuck alone. If you don't want to wear a mask, don't wear a mask. It's fine.
Yeah, it's a mixture here. I mean, I'd say it's probably more not wearing than wearing. Probably 25% wearing.
Yeah.
It's gone down. At
here
first, I think about half are wearing.
Here it's still most people wearing, but here we've had a few more concerns than you've had in your area.
Oh, yeah. All things considered, I mean, producer Gerald just pulled it up, but I mean, for the size of the county that we're in versus where we are as far as ranking goes, they're in good shape.
Yeah, yeah.
See, we're pretty far down the list for the size that we are.
Right.
So, yeah, it's tough times out there. Be safe, people. Pay attention to maybe the numbers in your area specifically, because every area is totally different.
Yep.
But mostly just use common sense. Wash those dirty ass hands.
Yeah, mind your business. I mean,
stop licking people's tongues.
Oh, what?
Yeah, tongue licking.
That's a thing.
Yeah, you got to stop right now. You just got to pause. You don't have to stop forever. Pump the brakes on it right now, though.
No more tongue licking. Got it.
There's definitely tongue licking groups where they probably all get together, stick their tongues out, and somebody just goes around licking.
Huh.
There's a group of people into everything.
Oh, what are we doing, Gerald?
He's gone incognito because he wants to look up tongue licking. You know what he's doing. Let's turn that safe search on.
Yep.
No cookies, no browser history. These are all images. What about a tongue licking group or club?
Or fetish? Maybe if you put fetish.
Yeah, probably tongue licking fetish. That's going to pull up porn, though.
It might. Yeah, that's true. Tongue licking club.
Yeah, there we go.
Huh. There you go. Tongue licking fetish. Tongue fetish. Yep, there it is. All the
Pornhub. Yep, right. Number 1. Can always count on the hub. Yeah. Tongues are weird, huh?
I mean, they serve a purpose, but
yeah, but they're odd to just like look at a tongue. A tongue is kind of weird.
Humans are the worst at taking something that has a purpose and devising something completely non-purposeful for that. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's your tongue, a spoon, a fork, a salad bowl, anything. You can do anything. Just turn it into something different.
I love that. I love that creativity. I love that there's clubs of folks out here licking tongues. Not now, maybe, but normally. I love that. You got to do you. You know, if you find a thing, you pick the ball up and you run with it.
I mean, there is something to be said for creativity. I will give you that.
Yeah.
Sometimes, in some cases, I prefer my creativity to serve a purpose.
Not me. I find it to be rewarding no matter if there's a purpose or not.
Well, I guess we're just different in that way.
Yeah, you want to fuck a salad bowl, have at it. You know, you want to put it on your head and wear it like a hat, have at it.
Right. Perfect example. People take a bowl, put it on your head, and cut your hair. What?
Yeah.
People take ice cube trays and make planters out of them. What?
No. I mean, there's no... I love that. I love the ingenuity with that stuff.
I get that they work, but it's weird.
That's what people do. People are bored and they're broke, so that's what they do.
Well, it's fair. That's a fair statement.
Now the bowl cuts, I think, gone out of style. I know you referenced this, but I don't think people are bowl cutting anymore.
Perhaps not.
Yeah. Gerald says the ladies are still bowl cutting.
The ladies are doing it up.
No, I can't confirm. I don't know.
I can neither confirm nor deny. I do not know the popularity of the bowl cut at this moment.
Speaking of bowl cuts, I've been playing SnowRunner.
Huh.
And I love that game a lot.
Yeah? Is it better than MudRunner?
Yes. It's really good. It's really relaxing. It looks beautiful. If I was going to pick out a complaint, it still has the same shitty camera that MudRunner had, which I think is part of it's on purpose. I think it's part of the design.
Okay.
But the camera, you have two cameras. You have inside the car and outside the car, and it's that outside the car camera is not as like dynamic as you want it to be. So you have to constantly move it to try to see what the hell you're doing, because one wrong move and you're going to roll or you're going to get stuck or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it's incredible. Friend of the show, Marshall 205 has been playing with it. We played with Thomas one night, and it's just a good time. I really, really enjoy it. I really, really like it. The physical copy has been hard to find for a lot of people, but it is available digitally if you want to scoop it up. But I really, really like it. We've played it the last 3 nights, and it's. I've been thinking about that game.
It's probably one I'll steer clear of.
Yeah, I don't suggest it for you or anyone who has a tough time staying awake when playing games. It would not be a good game for those people either.
So,
anyone who loves high action, yeah, it looks. It does amazing.
Look pretty. So does that mean Marshall 205 has been napping?
He's fallen asleep 2 of the 3 nights. Yeah. He gets all in, and then. So last night we were doing this hill climb as part of one of the contracts that's out there is to like go up to these spots, and he kept rolling the Jeep over, which is pissing me off because I have to go get him when he rolls over because we don't have the autonomous winch yet. So his winch won't run unless his vehicle's running.
Gotcha.
So he rolls, I have to drive back down the mountain, figure out where he rolled off to, winch to him and pull him back up so he can get it started back up and drive back up.
And roll over again.
Oh, my God. I love that guy to death, but last night I was like, go to bed. Because I can't keep rolling you over. I can't get anything done. And the multiplayer is just like the single player. It just puts you in a world together, so you can do your own thing. You can do stuff together. Right now, we're just unlocking watchtowers to unlock the map. And so one of us plots a trail, and then the other person kind of follows along. But it's been an absolute blast. I've been having a ton of fun with it. I highly suggest, if you liked MudRunner, you'll love SnowRunner. SnowRunner is way better. So it was good to get in there with those two guys.
You said SnowRunners is
SnowRunner way better, like hands down. This feels like the farming simulator of bad terrain. Whereas MudRunner felt like that's what they were going for, but this feels like it. Like it's that complicated, it's that in depth, it's that pretty.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
There's truck customization, so that's already awesome because everybody's trucks look totally different. And I mean, you can paint them, you can change all the internal components, engine, transmission, suspension, but you can also add like cosmetics onto it. So running boards and fenders and snorkels and light bars. And so everybody's looks different, which is, I think, important too. And something I thought MudRunner was missing. Everybody was in the same truck that looked exactly the same.
Right.
But as you can see here in this video. Yeah.
There's a video producer Gerald showing that shows
that flatbed GMC fired up. It starts you in the Chevy Silverado step side. I think I'm up to 6 vehicles now. I did go ahead and buy the season pass for it because that's how they're going to release new maps. It has 3 maps, and each one of those maps has different areas. It's huge. The maps are massive. So, big fan of that. Highly suggest it. Played some of that. Still grinding out Animal Crossing. Still having a blast with that. I was telling you guys before we started, I think I'm probably 15 to 20 hours away from kind of having everything set to where I want it. I don't know if that'll make me a 5-star island or not, but that's kind of where I'm at. And I'm just kind of grinding along there, and that's all I played this week.
That's it?
I might have played Wreckfest early on in the week, but no Rocket League, so it might have been Wreckfest early on.
Gotcha. Nothing, just more Animal Crossing for me. I didn't get to play quite as much this week as I wanted to. But still plugging along at it. I'm getting a fair amount of time into Animal Crossing. Still enjoy it. It's very, I'm far enough in now to where it's very up and down. So there's less to do. Then there's not a lot to do. Then there's a lot to do. And so on and so forth. I don't know if the whole game is that way, but I'm kind of in one of the low parts right now. But I still enjoy it. I'm still hitting it every day. And I opened up, there was some news this week that's actually not on our news, that but BioWare was teasing BioWare and EA were teasing a remaster of some sort. So there's been a lot of speculation that that's going to be Mass Effect Trilogy remastered.
Right.
So that just got me thinking, and I got into stumbled across some videos about the Mass Effect universe and such. So I opened back up Mass Effect Andromeda, and I've been playing that a little bit.
I actually saw that you were on there playing.
Yeah? Were you confused?
I figured that you knew what you were doing.
That game looks a lot better. I always enjoyed that game. I didn't think the story was as good as the originals. I do think the combat is a lot better. And some of the ideas behind it maybe weren't as fleshed out as they should have been, as they could have been, but they're still good ideas. So yeah, I'm enjoying being back in that universe. I enjoy the combat. So yeah, just that and Animal Crossing, Mass Effect Andromeda, and buying more Legos mostly.
More Legos.
I stumbled across some good deals this week, so pick those up.
Lego my Lego.
We've talked about Pick-a-Brick before. Pick-a-Brick is really easy.
Yeah, as long as you know what you're trying to get.
You don't need to. There's a search function. You can search by color.
So back when I bought from it, you had to input a part number.
Now they have they break it down different ways you can look by family, color family, actual color. So
yeah, I don't know if we talked about it on here or not, but for those that don't know, Pick a Brick is Lego service where you go online and you actually just pick out individual bricks. They have price per brick, and you order whatever you want. It's especially helpful if you're doing like custom building or you lose something.
Which I am actually kind of in the middle of. So I am working on a custom setup for one of my sets. So
Custom piece.
a custom piece. So I ordered $30 worth of Pick-a-Bricks.
How many bricks was that?
Oh, 300 maybe.
Dang, you ordered a bunch.
300.
You getting fancy on it.
Getting fancy on it. It's my first custom shot. Granted, I've always known what Legos are. I've always liked putting them together. I very recently got into them, and now they become, I guess, a bit of an obsession.
Right.
Is what my wife says. She's wrong, but
I don't know. You might be too close.
So I decided I wanted to try a custom piece. So I am trying to essentially create a diorama for one of my sets.
We may have to defer to her ruling on the obsessiveness because you're too close. Or you can bring in a neutral third party to decide.
I did send you guys a picture of the beginning, and I had a few placeholders in there. I've taken the placeholders off while I await the new stuff. So I think it's going to look... I don't think it's going to look the way I want it to look in my head.
Welcome to every project I've ever done on anything ever.
But I don't know that it's going to be horrible.
Yeah.
I guess basically what I'm going for is I'm trying to make this look like a lava river. So I guess if you can look at that and go, yeah, I can see that, then my job is done for my first project.
Yeah, I like to remind everybody, if you're working or doing something or building anything or just taking something out of your head and turning it into reality, be happy with 75% of what you're thinking. Like, when you get done, you should be like, it's close.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You can certainly see what I thought. Well, I don't even know what that picture's got a lot going on.
Which one? The big one?
He's got pulled up now, yeah.
That big one? Yeah, that's
Oh,
he's got a light underneath it, but that's
clear brick and light.
That's Vader and
That's doing a lot.
Anakin / Vader and Obi-Wan there on the fighting on Mustafar, which is what I'm going for, but I'm going for them fighting in the river. So it's getting there. It's coming along.
But yeah, it'll take some pictures along the way so you can kind of see the different forms you go through. I think that I don't do enough of that when I'm doing stuff. I wish I took more pictures.
Yeah, I took another picture last night. Now that I've taken some parts off and put some new parts on and such.
Yeah, I wish I had taken more pictures of every project I had just to look back on. Like, I built a patio that came out really good. I wish I had taken pictures of it.
As you went?
Before or after, at least.
Yeah.
But especially as I went, I'd like to have the different stages. Just more than anything, just a reference for me in case I ever decide to do it again, or
right.
If something fails, I can kind of maybe look back, or
right.
Typically, if you do show somebody like I built the patio, you're like, how? You're like, well, let me tell you. But it would just be so much easier to scroll through 4 pictures and be done.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, take lots of pics.
So that's, and then I picked up a couple good deals on a couple more Star Wars sets, so that's pretty much been my week. I haven't put those together yet. One I'm still waiting on. One will be here tomorrow, but wandering through a store and found one on clearance. I was like, what? This never happens. And it's not a store I usually go in, so I was like, oh, fuck it, it's a sign.
Ninjago for PS3 is free right now on the PlayStation Store.
Oh. Never played Ninjago.
Is that for PS3? That's for PS4. I misspoke.
How is it free?
It's just free right now for some reason.
Huh.
Lego Ninjago. Scroll up. Lego Ninjago movie video game. So that's what you're looking for. Came out in 2017. It does show free at time of recording.
And it is rated 4.5 stars. So
that's because people that spend money always rate shit higher.
It's true.
I'm convinced you can't trust ratings on anything where people have to buy it.
No.
No. So, if you're interested, check that out. There's no reason not to add it to library. It's
True.
free.
That's right. Just do that.
If this is your first time joining us, welcome. This is usually how it goes. We talk about bullshit. We talk about whatever we want. Sometimes it's Legos. Sometimes it is about how we don't take enough pics. Sometimes it's about Dan's hair.
Sometimes it's about my hair.
Just like this week. If you like that kind of thing, if that's what your tongue fetish is, head over to patreon.com/Gamestitch. Support us over there. If you can't support us over there because you're either broke, a dig bag, or don't have any money right now with the current situation, that's fine.
We understand.
Yeah, it's cool. We're not here to hold it against you.
We get it.
Life is tough sometimes. But if you're just sleeping on stacks of money at night and you think these guys ought to have a little bit, support us over there. Also, sleeping on stacks of cash, probably not good for your back. I don't know. Never done it.
You know what? I'd love to have that kind of back pain.
Yeah. It seems like the right kind of back pain, but I've never had it.
Yep.
So, that's all that nonsense. Support us over there if you can. If you can't, cool. Tell your friends. Tell your gardener about us.
Now, real quick before we get into all of that, producer Gerald just was had the Lego developer site up, and I'm wondering what that was about.
That's where you vote for the Lego creator or ideas. What's it called?
I thought it said
It's where you vote on the idea people.
I thought it was like the submit your idea part as the party had up.
Yeah, you can submit yours.
I can. Oh,
look at that.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do is submit my Lego idea.
Oh, that one's nice.
Sure. Which one?
That one right there, the like OK Corral thing.
The Brick West Studios, it's called, I guess.
I can't see, but yeah, that one. Yeah, that one. It looks nice.
Yeah, it's not my style.
It's nice though.
I mean, it's nice, yeah, but
I don't so much have a style. I buy the ones I think look cool because I have to put them together and take them apart anyways. But the Animal Crossing Nooks Crannies got me half hard.
Yeah, that's all right. That one's all right.
I would buy that. Lego, if you're listening, I would spend the money on that today. Nintendo, I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe that Nintendo is actually partnered with Mega Bloks.
I think so too.
But they do have that. See, producer Drill reminded me they have that weird Mario set coming out.
Yeah.
So
I'm telling you, I am not a fan of that Mario set. I do not think it looks very good.
It's bizarre. I'll probably get it as a collector's item, but I don't know that I'll open it. Nooks Cranny go ahead and vote for Nooks Cranny while we're on here. Go ahead and pop a vote in for Nooks Cranny while we're here. I like that too.
The Ocean House is nice. Yep.
Yeah, the Ocean House is cool. Oh, they got Southwest playing. Transparency. Jumanji 1995 looks good too.
There's a lot of these that look good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that. All right.
Pretty cool. Shout out to
cool
all you.
Stuff. You should go check it out, listeners. You should go check it out. Go to lego.com and then go to ideas, or it's Lego Ideas, I believe.
Ideas.lego.com. Look at another Animal Crossing. Woo! Looks so good.
That one does look good.
Golly, how good would that look next to Nooks Cranny? Vote them
you
up.
can link them all together.
Vote them up, folks. Let's jump into the news. It was a weird week for news. So last week, we told you about Microsoft's gameplay, Xbox 2020, that people were maybe questioning the gameplay part.
Yep, didn't seem to be too much.
And then seemingly out of nowhere, Epic showed off Unreal Engine 5 running on a PS5 with actual gameplay.
Yep.
So, I don't know what's going on anymore with these two. It's like they're constantly misstepping and then stepping in the right direction.
Yeah, but it's always at the expense of the other one. They can't just both do good things or bad things.
Yeah.
It's like they alternate.
Yeah, it is very bizarre. But Epic has announced the next version of Unreal Engine 5. And it looks like a major improvement. Obviously, we're getting some years on Unreal Engine 4 now.
Right.
But it promises to eliminate texture pop-in. Assets can easily be transferred between film and video games with brilliant fidelity. And basically what they showed off was a fully playable PS5 demo, but it doesn't represent any kind of full game, which I think is a smart way to do it.
Right.
Because you don't want to get into the puddle drama that we have with Spider-Man.
Right.
If they show off something in what is basically a tech demo and it doesn't end up doing exactly what they wanted it to.
Did you watch? You watched this, right?
I did watch this. They go on to say that Unreal Engine 5 promises to deliver photorealism on par with movie CG in real life to showcase the power of the new engine. The demo is called Lumen and in the Land of Nanite.
Yes.
Which
Whatever
are
that means.
basically they're basically the two new technologies that they are really focusing on. Nanite is a visualized micro-polygon geometry, which frees artists to create much more geometric detail than the eye can actually see. Lumen is a fully dynamic global illumination solution that immediately reacts to the scene and light changes. They show off the millions and millions and millions of triangles that are available to the artists now, and this tech demo looked great. It has a real Tomb Raider Uncharted vibe.
It did, yeah.
But it looked really good, and I think Unreal 5 obviously looks great. Again, the bizarre timing of Microsoft saying they're showing gameplay and then not showing it, Sony not saying anything and then showing it. Microsoft not teasing people with what it looks like. Sony still not having showed it off. Microsoft has no first-party games. Sony has tons of first-party. I don't know what's going on anymore.
Yeah,
they can't get out of each other's way or their own way.
Yeah, it just feels like there's. I don't know if it just feels like they're mismanaging their message. Like, I feel like they have something they want to say, but they just can't seem to get it right. And I guess that could be the lack of, any kind of, there's no cons, there's none of those, where these things tend to leak and things like that. There's none of that. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it or not, but they just seem like they have something they want to say and can't get the words out.
Well, and Microsoft, they came out after the 2020 and said, hey, the way that we represented that misled people by accident. I'm like, yeah, but that's not okay.
Right.
Like, not at this point, it's not okay. You know how much gameplay was in the thing you put together.
And you specifically said you were showing off gameplay.
Don't message
based
it that
on
way
what you knew.
Because what they showed looked great, but people's expectations were that they were going to see what you're seeing in this, which is gameplay.
Right.
I don't know. The whole thing is weird. I do want to say before we move on, they don't say how this is running on a PS4. I don't know if it is a dev kit, an actual PS4, or a PC running PS4 specs. So I want to be clear on that also.
A PS5.
A PS5, yeah, sorry. I don't know if it's a PS5, a actual PS5, a dev kit PS5, or a PC running PS5 specs.
Yeah.
So it does look incredible, though. I think people are...
and it has a very... the cool thing about the tech demo, if you haven't seen it, you really need to check it out because it really shows off some amazing things. When it first starts, the beginning of it, you might be like, well, it just kind of looks like Ryan said, it gives off a very Tomb Raider or Uncharted vibe. But then you get towards the end, and that's when you really start to see some amazing things that this tech is able to accomplish. So don't be put off by the beginning of it. Finish it through just to see. It really gives an idea of, I think it's a good video. It shows off the whole culmination of what Unreal Engine 5 is capable of.
Now, they did obviously say that Unreal will be available for everything. I think the beta starts in early 2021 with the release slated for later in the year in 2021. So you're not going to see anything anytime soon on Unreal 5, but it was very interesting to see the first kind of PS5 gameplay in a way like that.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting. I thought it was a big miss by Microsoft, too, to not lock that down. Because I'm sure it's a money thing. I'm sure they paid Unreal.
Right.
To play on a PS5, so. I don't know. Pretty cool, though.
Yeah, I think it looks neat.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I think it looks really good.
We'll see.
I'm not a guy who cares about that, but I don't mind when it looks good. Don't get me wrong. So make it look great. And it does. That tech demo really did show off some amazing things.
Yep. Epic wasn't done with the announcements there. They also announced Fortnite will be available on PS5 and Xbox Series X at launch. They did not go into great detail on what that means or how to look. They just said that the new consoles obviously afford them a lot more power. They did say that the game will continue to be cross-platform, but with the newer versions, they will support cross-progression. So anything, and it may already be this way, Gerald, you can tell me, but anything you earn on one transfers over to the other, as well as items and everything. Does it already do that? All right, well, PS5 and Series X will be the same way when it comes to that. So, get your Fortnite on day one.
Yeah, still huge.
Yep.
Bunch of people still playing it, so this is probably good news. If you're into that, I'm not, but I can see how some people would be excited by this, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think it makes sense to have it there at launch. I think it's smart. I never thought it wouldn't be there at launch.
I didn't either. I thought for sure that it was going to make the jump.
Yep, I figured it would be there. So they'll make a shit ton of money again, you know?
Hey, ain't mad at that.
Yeah. On a normal week, I probably would have led with this story, but that other stuff, the second story flowed well from the first story, and the first story I thought was probably the biggest story. But Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 are being remastered, and they're coming out fairly soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
There has been a whirlwind of Tony Hawk rumors. And talking about the messaging, this was also maybe not handled that great. Jeff Keighley was teasing the surprise of a big announcement, and then immediately Tony Hawk, I guess, sent information to Tony Hawk himself, text media, letting them know the game was going to go ahead and come out. So the surprise might have been ruined for a lot. But it is a remaster of Tony Hawk 1, Tony Hawk 2. It is going to have all the original skaters, the original maps, and most of the soundtrack will stay intact. It has long been rumored that the soundtrack has been the holdup with this.
Yep.
And there will be some obvious
things missing, but most of it's coming back. So a lot of the songs I think that people probably remember most from that are coming back. Yep. So it's going to be very basically very nostalgic for a lot of people, especially with the music and that. It's definitely going to, even though it's going to look better, it's definitely going to probably feel like it's of a certain time. And that time is going to bring a lot of people back to their childhoods when these games were all the rage. So I think it's I don't know. We've gotten on the the remaster train before. Is it worth it? So on and so forth. In this case, I think enough time has gone by that it's probably definitely worth it. So I think this is kind of cool. I don't know. I was more of an Underground guy. That was the game I enjoyed of the Tony Hawk series. I liked Tony Hawk Underground. So I don't know that I'll pick this up. But I guess we'll see. The games were huge, and there is a huge nostalgia factor again, like I said. So
some of the new features includes new tricks, more goals, more challenges, and secrets to uncover. The game also supports local split screen as well as multiplayer online. The Creative Park and Creative Skater modes return, but they have tons of new customization items available to the players. The game is being remastered by Vicarious Visions, and they have already got out in front of it and said there will be no microtransactions in Tony Hawk 1 and 2 remastered.
Good.
So I think people like that.
Most people do.
Did they give? I thought they give
a timeline on it?
September 4th. There you go.
Yeah.
September 4th, PS4, Xbox One, and PC. The PC edition is exclusive to the Epic Game Store. So, There you go. No Switch action right now.
No, it's pretty funny though, because for a long time Tony Hawk was saying that he was no longer working with game companies, with Activision or whoever on the video game series. But yeah, apparently he's been involved in this from the very beginning.
Apparently he's a fucking liar. Is what you're saying.
Yeah,
I hear you. I can read between the lines. You think Tony's a dirty liar?
I always liked Tony Hawk, but
yeah, I love his lies too.
His lies, dirty, nasty liar.
I hope they nail this. I love Tony Hawk back in the day. For those who've never played Tony Hawk is not a realistic skating sim. It is somewhere between skateboarding and superhero. It is silly. It is over the top. It is goofy. So know that going in. It is not skate, if that's what you're looking for.
It is not skate, no. Yeah, Thug was my favorite.
Yeah, all the skate rumors are back swirling around now too. People say they won't skate. I'd be curious to see if anyone actually bought it. I don't know.
It's almost a little too sim for I think what people are looking for.
Yeah. That wasn't the only surprise announcement we got, and this one was about as surprising as the Tony Hawk, as this had been everywhere as well. But we're getting a new Paper Mario and the Origami King. It's coming to Switch on July 17th, so a much tighter timeline on that one.
Yep.
But it features a new ring-based battle system that mixes puzzle-solving skills with traditional turn-based combat. Paper Mario the Origami King aims to put new twist on the series' established formulas. Princess Peach is acting strangely, and the game's papercraft world has fallen into disarray because of a malicious figure named King Ollie. Even Bowser's own minions are forced to work for the new monarch. Bowser isn't having that, so he's offered his assistance to Mario. So a little bit of a different spin on the way things work. The game looks beautiful. If you like Paper Mario or have played it in the past, you kind of know what you're getting into here.
Yeah, you're probably going to pick this up, I would imagine.
Maybe down the road. I think I own all the Paper Marios. I haven't loved them all.
Okay, yeah.
So some of them I bounced off of very quickly.
They have never appealed to me in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
So this is one I'll be passing up.
Yeah.
I understand that people want it and like it. I get that. Cool. That's awesome. Yeah. It's great for you.
But I think the aesthetics of those games are the selling point for me. I think I'm amazed by how they look.
They do look amazing.
Yeah, so
but the gameplay has never been there for me. I
get myself excited by the graphic or the art style, I guess I would say. I get myself excited, then I buy it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I don't really love these.
Yeah,
so that's what happens every time.
Yeah, I agree. I think they look amazing, but I don't. It's just once you get in and you play the gameplay doesn't appeal to me.
Yep. On most normal weeks, I probably would have led with this next story.
But not on weird-ass weeks like this one, huh?
But not on this week. I've got it last now. But Ghost of Tsushima had its own state of play. So much like the Nintendo Direct, Sony are starting to do the state of play dedicated to entire games. And I thought Ghost of Tsushima looked excellent.
I did too.
Now, there's a lot of weirdness going on. As people know, it's now coming out July 17th. Last of Us 2 is coming out June 19th.
Right.
So
a month apart.
Your tinfoil hat wearers are starting to say, hey, there's a problem with one of these games. One of these games is to distract from the other, and I think most people assumed that they're putting The Last of Us out first so no one worries about Ghost of Tsushima. I will say after watching the state of play, Ghost of Tsushima looks fine. Like, that game doesn't look like it needs anybody to hide it away. It looked great.
Obviously, we don't know the gameplay, but it did look great.
It looked great. It looked beautiful. It looked brutal. The combat looked super brutal. Mm-hmm. It looks...
there's two different styles you can fight in, which is cool.
It looks deliberate. It was really cool looking. But yeah, they showed off the open world, the combat, the photo mode, which of course is beautiful. So we now have seen a little bit of Last of Us. We've seen Ghost of Tsushima. They both look great to me. It may not be anything more than shitty timing.
Yeah. I think some of it might be the letdown of the Last of Us leaks.
Yep. Could be.
Obviously, they didn't want that to get out there, but all those leaks got out. And not long after they announced when they were releasing it. Even though these games are so close together, I don't know that there's necessarily a problem with either one as much as from what we know now. There's a lot of people that already know what's going to happen in Last of Us. So that kind of takes some of the surprise away from that. I'm just thinking that might be some of the issue there, why they're so close together. I don't know that it's an actual gameplay or graphical or technical problem with the games as much as it is just a case of the unlucky leaks.
I think both of these games are complete and they're just polishing. I know Last of Us has gone gold. They need to put the games out, right? These
right.
They need to start working on
them forever.
They have to start working on DLC and everything like that.
Yep.
You know, they need to get the games out. I think Sony's still claiming that PS5 will be out this holiday. I mean, they have to clear the way to be able to move forward. You can't be 2 months from PS5 and still talking about Ghost of Tsushima coming out. I mean, they have to clear it out. So the last notable date, Iron Man VR is coming July 3rd. I know a lot of people are excited about that. I would say unapologetically that will be the worst of these three games. Even if it's great, it'll be the worst of these three.
No, I'm gonna agree with you on that one.
Now,
I don't see anything wrong with that statement.
Yeah, it could be great. It won't be as good as these other two, even if it's excellent.
And this isn't on the news, but I believe there was an announcement either this week or last week that we didn't talk about. But is it Vader Unleashed?
That story fell right after he recorded. I think the story came out like on a March 4th or 5th or something like that.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah, it didn't line up right for us to be able to talk about, but Vader Immortal is coming to PSVR, all 3 episodes. I am super jazzed up about it.
I'm in. I'll be back in VR for that shit.
It looks incredible. So I actually pulled that story, but when I saw the original blog post date, I'm like, it's just too old.
Yeah.
I think it was March 4th. Or not March, sorry. I said March, I meant May.
Okay.
But still, we're like
March
10 days.
4th, that seems...
we're 10 plus days removed from it.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
What's odd is I think it's that story got missed because I started really hearing Alex report on it this week.
Yeah.
But yeah, that story was originally posted on the blog, I think May 4th.
Yeah, and then I think right after that is when
Which makes sense,
Last of Us 2 leaks went out.
Yeah,
the
May
leaks
the 4th.
came out.
Yeah, so it just got buried and all that. But yeah, that looks super cool. Also, if you don't mind shitting your pants, there's a Walking Dead VR game that looks phenomenal that's available right now in the store, and I really want it. And it's got super high ratings, which I know don't matter because those people paid for it, but it looks really good. It looks super satisfying. He shoots a zombie in the head and then the gun jams and he pushes somebody off with it and grabs a pair of scissors and stabs them in another zombie's head, and it's all in real time in VR. It looks damn good. But
that doesn't sound like something you would enjoy.
It's that top one.
Walking Dead Onslaught, it looks like it's called.
No, what's that top one?
Saints and Sinners?
Saints and Sinners, that's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners.
I'm telling you, it looks really, really good.
Yeah?
But I just know me. I'm uncomfortable watching the trailer. There's no way I get in VR. But I would like to because, like I said, it looks really good.
You won't.
No, probably not. I mean, I've had Resident Evil for years now, and I'm still too afraid to play it in VR.
Yeah, you're such a wuss.
I mean, maybe I don't like being scared.
Cry, baby.
This is going to be actual footage of someone playing, so this is going to look rough.
Oh, nice.
VR doesn't translate that well that way.
It doesn't. You're right.
There's something about it. You watch somebody play VR, and you're like, this looks like shit. And you're in there, you're like, it's like I'm here. It's weird.
It's so real.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very different.
Yeah.
It's already dark with a flashlight.
Yeah, It is very different.
That's spooky.
It is a little creepy. That video is a little creepy. Yeah, everybody should check this video out. It looks a little creepy. It definitely gives off the creep factor I think you need for this type of game.
Would you play it?
I wouldn't purchase it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd play it. I'd play it but not buy it, which is the same thing producer Gerald said about it.
I'd
He'd
buy
play
it but not play it, so.
Yes, you.
I'm on the wrong side of that, I think.
Yeah, that's not the right side.
Yeah,
you're absolutely correct.
Yep.
That is not the side you prefer to be on.
That's the side I land a lot of games on, though. I'll buy them and not play them.
That's true.
A little retail therapy sometimes. That's it for the news, though. So check out that stuff that you're interested in. Don't worry about the rest, and then probably going to be a busy few months coming up with everything ramping back up, country opening back up, video games coming out.
Yeah.
Going to get busy.
It's kind of an exciting time.
Yep. Lots of people finding out they were pregnant because they've been quarantining together.
I don't know any of them.
It'll happen, though. There'll be a lot of COVID happen. Babies.
Oh, yeah. The COVID generation.
Yeah. Is this this is the actual trailer for it, so you'll get a better look here.
Yeah.
You'll see this scene that I'm talking about. This scene made me think I could go in here and be a badass.
We know that's not true.
I know, but we wait till you get this scene. I wonder about the movement. I guess they're auto moving you, so
I'm wondering, is it multiplayer?
I don't think so.
Yeah, okay.
You're gonna be real pukey though if it's moving you like that. Oh, he's about to jerk up his Zambi from the back. Blah.
Oh yeah. Look at that.
See, that's terrifying. Climbing up that pole with them everywhere.
Yeah, you need to check out this. Listeners need to check out this video just to get an idea. It does look pretty good.
Pow, pow, pow. Doesn't it look good?
Cutting off heads.
Yeah, he jerked that dude's head off. Yeah, I'm putting sound effects to it. I'm trying to jazz up the video because we don't have audio.
We don't, yeah.
I wanted you to see the part at the end where he's super badass. This is like they're showing like story stuff now.
Who doesn't have a good story?
Well, in a video with no audio, me.
Oh.
Because I'm not sure what they're talking about.
Fair enough. You can get an idea from.
No, I have no idea what those guys are talking about. I guess that was a different trailer. I watched the one that's on the
PS. Must be. That's it.
I watched the one that's on the PS4 demo. But yeah, if you're interested, if you love Walking Dead or you just like being scared, you like scary games, it's The Walking Dead: Saints and Sinners. So I think it's like 29 or 25, something like that. So it's not cheap. That's all the news. You're welcome, everybody. Thanks for coming in, letting us put all that knowledge right directly in your ear holes.
Yeah, we gave you some big stuff today.
We shouted it in your ears from 6 feet away. Because that's what we do. We practice safe social distancing.
Truth.
We don't lick tongues.
Nope.
This podcast has been the first social distancing podcast. Not the first, but I mean, we've been doing it for a long time. We're never together.
No, we've been social distancing since the beginning.
Yeah. For anyone who just joined us for this episode, Gerald and I are in the same town, but miles apart. And you're in New York and we're in Tennessee.
Yes.
We couldn't be more social distancing right now.
We could be if you were in California.
Fuck that.
Yeah, I'm not a California guy either.
No thanks.
It depends on what part of California. LA I didn't like when I was there. It was a little too...
I'd rather move to Alabama, and I think people know my thoughts on Alabama.
Than California?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not interested in living in California. I have zero interest in that.
Well, I'm not interested in living there either, but it was a cool place to visit.
It's too crowded, and I like seasons.
Yeah, so. See, I'm not a seasons guy. I don't need seasons.
I don't need aggressive seasons like you have. I don't need winter bragging about how cold it gets. But I like this. We have like a modified light duty seasons around here.
That's true.
Like Tennessee gives you a glimpse of spring, a glimpse of fall, a glimpse of winter, and then we get fucking raging humid summers.
Yep. You're not wrong.
Yeah. So I appreciate the semi-seasons that we have here. And I don't like crowded. I don't like, I just don't want to be crowded. Also, I think the cost of living in California is crazy.
Yeah, I've heard it's very, very high.
Yeah. Now, I went to LA to go to E3. It's the only time I've ever been in California. I very much enjoyed my trip. I was very much ready to come home too, though.
Mm-hmm.
So I've not had a bad experience. It's just, you know, I've always been in the South, right? Yep. I know the weather, and that you don't know the weather here. Like I'm accustomed to that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's bizarre. Like it'll be 90, then it'll rain out of nowhere, and then it'll be 40 at night here.
Mm-hmm.
Like it makes no sense. I love allergies, so those are full tilt here.
Well, it's like here. Was it this week? I don't know if it was this week or the week before, but it was on Saturday. It was 2 weeks ago. On Saturday, it was 74 degrees and sunny, and 2 days later, inch of snow on the ground.
Yeah, I don't like your winters. They are far too aggressive for me.
I don't like my winters, but here we are.
Yeah, your winters just like flex all the time. Look what we can do.
They're badass. They're badass, that's for sure.
Yeah. Your winters are like the dude at the gym with the shirt that is barely still a shirt. They've cut it all the way down the sides, and they make noises when they're in the front of the mirror.
Yeah. And but if my winter is that guy, we'll say this: he doesn't skip leg day.
Yeah. Well, sometimes
he doesn't skip
temple,
any day.
You know?
He just brings the fucking pain.
He works hard. You know those shirts? They're like people cut them off where they basically they only leave the band at the bottom of the shirt.
Yeah.
The stitching, and then they cut all the way up so you can see their nips and everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've seen them. Well, I haven't seen them. I've heard of them. I've seen them in pictures.
You're aware of them, right?
So I've never actually seen one because I don't do gyms.
Yeah. What about muscle beaches?
I don't do muscle beaches. I'm building a muscle beach in Animal Crossing, but I don't do muscle beaches.
That's why I brought it up. You've installed a muscle beach.
I have installed a muscle beach.
I wish I had known that you were going muscle beach because I had a pull-up bar in my store yesterday I could have bought you.
Oh, I think I have a pull-up bar.
It's like a standing pull-up bar thing?
Yeah, I've got one.
Look at this guy. This guy's got that shirt on I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
It's basically like a child's apron is what it looks like. That's basically what it looks like. What a unique... Now, I'm going to make a bold claim here. I don't think a body muscled up like that gentleman, like a bodybuilder, hardcore, I don't think that's a good look.
Well, being all swelled up or wearing that shirt?
Well, both, but being that jacked like that, where I can see your veins and everything.
Well, that's competition.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good look, though.
Well, I don't think you'd go around looking like that all the time. I don't know, maybe you do. I don't know anything about it.
That dude looks like that 24/7.
I don't know anything about working out.
He can't put his arms down.
I know it's supposed to be good for your cardio and it's supposed to help you lose weight or gain muscle. That's what I know about working out.
Yeah, those people are on steroids.
And I've just read that places. I've never done it.
That's not natural. You're not getting that body through hard work unless you're like The Rock.
Well, if The Rock can do it, there's no reason anyone else can do it. No one else can do it.
Because The Rock wakes up at 2 a.m. to do it. There's lots of reasons everybody else can't do it.
Well, maybe they do too.
Look at Carrot Top. Carrot Top's shredded.
Yeah, he's been shredded for a while.
Yeah. Was he more funny before he was shredded?
I don't know that he was ever funny.
Shout out to Carrot Top. Just getting shit on this morning. He seriously was never funny.
Right.
I want to be clear. But more funny, kind of chubby than shredded.
He was always thin. Like, he was just thin. Like, what was the movie? Wasn't he in that movie Chairman of the Board or something?
I don't know, but do you think he regrets making his hair the focal point and going by Carrot Top? Because now you can't really shave that off.
Yeah, there's probably no way to get away from.
Yeah, he's got that shredded body, but he still has to keep that goofy head of hair.
Yeah, you're right. He's stuck with that hair.
Yeah.
I think he was like a really skinny dude.
Yeah. Was he never plump?
I don't think he was. Yes, he was just
Type
kind
in
of a
fat
skinny
Carrot
guy.
Top.
I don't know that there's a fat Carrot Top.
Well, let's see what Google tells us.
Okay.
It'll probably just be like a fat redheaded dude.
I think he had like a lot of plastic surgery on his face too.
Oh yeah, he had spooky eyebrows for a while.
Yeah.
See that one? Look at that.
What one?
That one.
That's worked out. That's not.
He's got a Joker face.
He does have a Joker face in that one.
What's Carrot Top's real name? It's like Carrot Jones. Bill Top.
Bill Top.
Yeah.
William Top.
Scott Thompson.
Huh.
A.K.A. Mr. Top.
He's 10 years older than me. Holy shit.
Yeah, Top is older.
He's 55. Wow.
Doesn't look like the body of a 55-year-old.
No. That might have been from 2007, though, too. You never know. I don't know how old that picture was.
Yeah, I wasn't there when it was taken, so I can't confirm anything.
Exactly. I can neither confirm nor deny.
You put whatever date you want on it, Google. The show always gets weird towards the end. That's how I know it's almost over. Whenever it gets super uncomfortable for everybody
usually means
else.
it's time for us to just wrap up, right?
Yeah. So I think we're finally kind of getting out of this. Most areas are open up. I think we're going to just get back to normal shout-outs next week. I want to thank Zach. I want to thank Thomas for supporting us over there. You guys have been awesome through all this. I think we updated everybody a couple weeks ago, last week, whenever it is. They're both safe and healthy as far as I know. I haven't heard anything different. I just played with Thomas the other night on SnowRunner and had a blast doing that. So I think everybody's good. So
good to hear.
Stay safe, stay frisky, folks.
That's right.
If you do want to shout out, head over to patreon.com/Gamestitch. Supports the $10 tier or higher. And again, we will ramp those back up next week. You can follow us on the social medias. I am at Podcast Ryan. Dan is at Shirtless Dan. Maybe soon to be at Long Hair Dan. And
no, I'm not changing it.
Gerald is at Hoffman Show. Together we're at Game_Stitch. If you want to do that whole thing. I've been toying around the idea of streaming a lot because I play every single night just about. And I've been toying with the idea. You guys let us know if that's something you're interested in.
Oh, getting back into that, huh?
Thinking about it. Friend of the show, Marshall205, is pushing me very hard to stream at night.
Why?
Because we play almost every night for 4 hours. So he was like, you would get lots of content out of it. We would eventually build up followers, that enjoyed watching a stream that didn't just like to listen to the show. I guess his thought is we're already doing it, so why not turn it into content?
Yeah, but
we've talked about it before. It's not just that simple. I mean, you are responsible for what is said all the time. You're responsible for what other people say all the time.
Yeah.
And it's, we're not a PG product, but we're also
we don't cross that line into extremely offensive.
Right. I wake up to offend my friends and my loved ones, not to offend strangers.
Yes, exactly.
So, what's weird? We're kind of a PG product because of producer Gerald, but we're not like a PG-13 product.
Right. We're not like a ratings PG.
Yeah.
But we are a PG product.
So, anyways, let us know if that's something that interests you. I'm not against the idea. There's some logistics there that we'll have to figure out. Probably have to scoop up a green screen so I can key out the background where I play because it's a little too busy. There's a mirror on the back wall behind where I play, and I think it would just cause seizures. So there's a little bit of setup work if I decide to go that route. I'm not against it, but again, let us know if it's even something you're interested in, or if you just like this audio. I mean, I was thinking about that. We've been going for like 7 years. There is so much audio. There's you could make us say anything you wanted at this point because there's so much audio of us talking.
Right.
Just hours and hours and thousands of hours of audio of us out there. I don't know if you also need thousands of hours of video. So, Gerald's talking about some of those deep fakes and using some of that
the deep fake stuff,
existing audio and video to create you saying other stuff. Joe Rogan showed off some videos. Is what he was pointing out to us. And that's a real thing. Now, luckily, no one cares about us. So right now, no one's making us say gnarly stuff.
So it's not a concern?
Yeah, but, if it ever was to blow up, you always worry. So it's something we'll consider, but let us know if it's something you're mildly interested in. That's all I have. You have anything, Dan?
No, nothing to add.
Okay.
Have a good week. enjoy everything you do. Choose life, I guess. That's a train spotting. I watched Train Spotting last night.
You're getting kind of deep.
I watched Train Spotting last night.
I usually just tell everybody to have a good night.
And that's what he says. He says choose life. So, even though he's a heroin addict.
Don't do heroin. Have a good day.
Don't do heroin.
We will talk to you next week. Same time, same place. Good night.
Good night.